Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this week's video, we will be reviewing the EcoFlow Delta Max 1600 portable solar generator. Today we decided to change it up a little bit. I got my beautiful 1954 Chevy pickup that I am currently restoring. If you're interested in seeing that, pop over to my personal channel. I'll link it down below and you can follow the progress. It's been a while since I uploaded a video on it, but I'm planning to catch you guys up soon on what all I've done to it in the past year or so, and that's another project for another video. But in today's video, we will be reviewing this guy. This is a 1612 watt hour portable battery bank. Some people call it a solar generator because of course it does have the ability to hook in a solar panel to recharge this guy. But this is basically a big battery bank. This is for home or RV, but mostly home backup battery power. So this will power almost all of your devices in your home, refrigerators, freezers, laptops, phone chargers, just about anything you can think of. With this thing other than like your AC and those big ticket items. But this is supposed to be powering those kind of items and for a long time, which is why it has such a large internal battery storage. As you can probably tell already, this thing has a plethora of different types of plugs and a large quantity of them to boot. This battery bank is designed to power AC items. That's your typical US 110, 120 volt appliances and stuff. It also is designed to power DC items, so that's like your 12 volt stuff, your batteries, etc. It also has multiple different ways to recharge this guy. So there is a plug that you can plug into the wall, your typical 110 volt item to recharge this. That's going to be your fastest. You also have a car charger, which it will recharge this thing if you're in a pinch, but it will take quite a while. But like I mentioned earlier, you can also recharge this using solar panels, which is why this is a true off-the-grid battery bank for you to use if you're out in the woods, or maybe you're in an emergency situation where you don't have power to recharge this guy. You can certainly do it by solar panels. Now this is the Delta Max series. This is not their newest one. This is a generation back. But however, you can still buy these brand new or refurbished, which is what I did right now. And honestly, there's not a huge amount of differences between the newest generation and this one. There are some improvements, of course, but this is still a great value today, and I will show you why and explain it to you. Now, I bought this last year, so I have been using this for quite a while to do some testing and get some real-world experience before I did this review. And right now, as of February 2024, you can still buy this refurbished on eBay for a low cost of $649. I don't know if you, the viewer, have done research into these. I think you have probably, that's why you're watching this video, or are currently in the process of doing so. But $649 for this much capacity is extremely cheap. My rule of thumb is, it's going to be about $1 per watt hour is generally what the rate is going for battery banks, maybe a little bit more. So if you do the math, 1612 watt hours for $649 is what, 30 something cents a watt hour? So in my mind, that's a great value. Now some stats for you stat nerds out there. You can expand this. In other words, if you bought two of these, there is a plug on the side. You use EcoFlow's cable, put two of them together, and you've expanded from one 1612 watt hour to two 3224. Had to do some quick math in the head there. But man, that's a lot of power. If you bought two of these refurbished guys, that's once again is very cheap for that amount of money. Another cool item, you would think that these take forever to charge, and they're certainly not super fast to charge. I mean, it's a lot of power stored in this guy. But it is touted that it will go from 0 to 80% of your battery capacity in 1 hour or less if you use the plug-in AC charger. This guy does come with something called X-Boost, and it will power up to 2,800 watts of power. That is a huge amount. You would expect that a battery bank like this for 1612 watt hours would only do up to about that amount, but they have a technology inside of it that allows you to go up to 2800 watts, and it's called X-Boost. One of the coolest features of this particular brand of battery generator is that it has an app on the phone, and you can actually go through and monitor what's being used, how much is being used, how much life you have left of the battery, all kinds of things from your phone, so you can monitor it. So in theory, if you're close enough for a Bluetooth connection, you can monitor this thing from inside. If this thing is outside, a distance away, you don't have to walk up to this guy and look at the screen. And the last stat I'll give you before we zoom in and show you all the features around this guy is the weight. If you notice, this guy has two handles, one on both sides, and you're gonna need them because this guy weighs 46 pounds. Of course, since this is literally a battery, you know, the bigger they are, the weight is gonna increase substantially, and this guy is no different. At 46 pounds, it's a hefty gal. Enough chit chat. Let me bring the camera down and I'll zoom in on this guy and we will show you all the features of this battery generator. Now we are off looking at the front of this guy, and this is the main area where you will see the screen and a bunch of USB ports. So if you're wanting to monitor how much battery is being used, this is where you would look if you're not looking in the app. It shows you the amount of hours that are left based off of your current usage. It also shows you the percent that is left. And it also shows you how much wattage is coming in and how much wattage is going out. If you notice here, there's a little Wi-Fi symbol. That means this guy is ready to connect to my phone so I can view how much is being used. Now on the front lower part here, you have two USB-A ports that are standard. Then you have two USB fast charging ports. Then you have two USB-C 100 watt charging ports. And then of course you have the button to turn all this USB section on. Now EcoFlow has very generously put outlines across the area that you will be powering on when you hold down this button. So as you can see, I can hold it down and now the USB ports are ready to be used. And of course the main power button down here below is how you turn the whole system on. Now I said earlier that you can log in with your phone, and you can. So here is the EcoFlow app. And I can see that I have 91%, as it is also show 91% on the front of that guy. So I will click into my phone here. As you can see, it shows a lot of the same information. 99 hours, 0 wattage being used, input or output. There's an X-Boost mode right here, so it shows you how many watts are being used on your AC side. It also shows you individually on the front down here how much power you're using on the USB ports, which is pretty cool. And of course the graphic up here up top to show you how much battery power you have left, the temperature of the unit, etc. is really neat information. Of course, if the temperature of the unit gets too hot, there is an internal fan to help cool it down. Now on the right side or the driver's side of the unit, you can see there's two fan ports here. These fans will run if this thing gets too hot. But you also have your extra battery ports. So when you open these guys, this is how you would connect an extra EcoFlow battery. And you notice that there's two. So earlier when I said you could double them up, you can actually triple them up. So you would add two more to triple the size of the 1612 watt battery bank. On the back side, you have your AC outlets. So you have a total of 6 with the ground. To turn these off and on is the same as the front. So you would hold this down. As you heard the relay and the beep letting you know, and the light letting you know that these AC outlets are now live. Down here below is your DC items. You have your DC car charger plug, as well as 2 DC outlets over here totaling 3 amps max. And same thing, they have it surrounded by a border. You just hold down this button, the little beep comes on, and the DC power is now live. Up here you have your input area. That means this is where, if you're going to recharge this thing, this is where you come to for all different methods. So it shows you a little diagram on the front in case you forget. But you have your 10 amp max internal voltage. This would be from like your car charger and stuff. You have your switch here, which actually allows you to use fast charging or normal charging. So fast charging a battery generally is bad for it, rule of thumb. So if you're not in a hurry and you just want to recharge this thing, you can put this on slow or custom inside the app. But if you're wanting to recharge this thing quickly, you can move it to fast mode, and that's how you would get to that 0 to 80% in less than an hour. This is your standard 110 plug, so this is how you'll probably charge it most of the time if you're just using it around your house. You plug this in, the other end goes to a 110, and you're done. And over here is a main circuit breaker for the unit in case you over voltage, over pull on this thing. This is how you would reset it. On the right side, or the left side I guess, which will be passenger side, there's nothing really to see over here, just a couple more vent holes for the fan. Now, one use item that you might do with this thing at your house if you're needing home backup is you might use this on a job site or at your house to recharge tool batteries. So I have a Makita battery charger here. This should pull quite a few amps, we'll see. With a Makita battery that is about half used, if not less. I'll plug it in here. As you can see, the Makita battery charger is now charging the battery. And as you can see, the EcoFlow has started recording the power usage, and as you can see, we are now at 223 watts. It is saying that you can do this for 6 hours, 7, 8 hours, as this fluctuates around. So as this battery is charging, it is constantly recalculating the life you have left in this EcoFlow battery bank. So you can see the hours are kind of moving around, the wattage use is kind of moving around. So this is relatively a small pull for this guy, but a real world scenario where you'll need to charge your tool batteries. Something else you might need to do with this battery bank is air up a tire. Maybe you're off-roading, maybe you're trying to air up a tire that's not close to a plug. You can get one of these guys. This is a Harbor Freight air compressor. It's not the best compressor I've seen, but it does work. But the point of this is to test power, so let's see how it works. Now it's going to get very loud, so I probably won't be able to talk during it, but you can watch. Remember to watch the input and output and the battery. And now to really put this under a load, we're going to run this heater right here. As you can hear, the heater's ramping up. Put it on the 2 setting. You can see the watt hours are really ramping up now, 1200, 1300. You can see how this is ramping up to about 1400 watts, a little over. I can tell you now it's minutes. So if you get under an hour, it starts telling you minutes. So you can run it like this for 55, 56 minutes. And of course the app is also showing you this information. So as you can see, we now have the EcoFlow next to a solar panel. Now this is a non-EcoFlow solar panel. So you need this adapter cable, which is XT60, to the connections of the back of the solar panel, and this goes into the back, if you remember earlier in that video. And we should start to see solar recharging this thing. So as you can see, we're now getting about 30 watts of solar recharge. And so that just proves that this thing could be recharged by the sun. Alright guys, with all that testing out of the way, what do I think of this EcoFlow Delta Max 1600 battery solar generator? Whew, still a mouthful. I think even though it's not the newest model, is it still relevant in 2024? Absolutely. Still has tons of features that would rival most of the current battery packs out there right now, especially the cheaper ones. EcoFlow, a couple others are the top brands when it comes to the battery backup situation. So if you're thinking about getting one of these right now, I would not hesitate if you're wanting to make that investment. With the features in the app that you can monitor it, the sheer size of the battery, the discounted price right now since this is the older model, the ability to fast charge or use a solar panel or car charger, all those different kind of ways. The expandability of this thing, you can go up to 3 of these guys. I mean, that's a lot of power right there. And it is heavy, but it's quite mobile with the handles right here. And I mean, how often are you really gonna move it around anyways? Once you set it in place, that's probably where you're gonna keep it for a while. So overall, I like the features. It feels premium. It doesn't feel cheap. It's got a great app and all the good things. So if you're looking to buying this, I would highly recommend. I should note that I bought this with my own money. So this is not a sponsored ad, so to speak. If it sucks, I will tell you, but this certainly doesn't. So hope you liked this video, guys. Make sure to like it and subscribe to the channel. We put out content almost every week if we have something worthwhile putting out. And we will see you on the next one, guys. Bye.